Hey everyone, it's Bravehawk again. Sorry that I am very late at posting these elemental videos. My goal is to get these out by the 5th of each month, and I'm kind of failing at that. So hopefully next month I can get back on track. A lot of things are going on in my life. I'm not going to go into it, but it's kind of chaotic. And the fact that I moved, a lot of you know that I moved back home, so adjusting to living back at home is kind of unique. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on with the reading for the water signs, and I'll do another video for air. Um, so for water signs, there's a lot of things going on for us particularly, and it seems to be at the moment where you're supposed to be the most fruitful, the most have the most ideas, have the most creative projects going on externally to produce. Uh, Water signs are starting to go inward right now for some reason, and usually when spring and all that starts to happen, most signs are their most get very productive about doing things. Well, water tends to be good. We're going on the inside for some reason. There's something psychological going on in the energies for us, that we're going on the inside and starting to pay attention to some of our inner workings for some reason, and everyone will have their different reason as to why they're doing that. The thing is with that, for water signs, it's very good to know yourself and know kind of your breaking point, the point where you realize that it's just too much. Um, Water signs are getting to the point where they're getting a little bit lazy, where they're getting a little bit too relaxed. They're getting stuck in their head too much, to the point that it's almost, you have that "I'll do it tomorrow" attitude, because you know that you're always going to have that idea or whatever. And you're always going to be creative, so you're just like, well, I'm just going to be a little lazy right now. I need some me time, and that is actually what's going to hinder you within this last part of the month. And I feel even going into April and as well as May, I feel like we are going to be our own worst enemy. The water signs are going to be completely inward, and it's going to be to a point where it's going to be detrimental to the water signs. It's almost a depression-like state, where you just don't want to do anything. You're in your sort of lull, where you don't want to really produce anything. You just want to just be there. And right now, I feel that's very, very, very bad for water signs, because right now a lot of the other signs are dependent on your input, depending on your knowledge, depending on your creativity to continue their momentum, their flow. Um, the water signs, and as well as the air signs, are very inspiring signs, and to the fact that the other signs really depend on that. Um, I think water signs get to the point where they feel like it's a thankless job, so that's when they stop doing things. And I think what the biggest concern for water signs right now is, find something that you really love to do, even if it's considered a job. As long as you're getting something back from that, that's going to be the payoff. And I think a lot of the water signs are starting to find themselves in situations where it's really become a thankless situation, where you're helping someone else, but they don't quite give you the respect that you deserve. And that's when you need to make those hard decisions and say, this is no longer working for me. I need to find another situation where I'm doing the same thing, but I'm getting the respect I deserve. I think really, 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 that's what the energies are really trying to tell me, to tell the water signs, because I feel that's something that's that's always an issue with water signs, but right now it's starting to become more apparent. Water will always find some kind of situation where there's a bit of a mold, because the water signs are very fluid. They don't have their own form. They take the form of their environment. And what tends to happen is a lot of people um, tend to in a situation, for the lack of a better term, milk the water signs. I mean, they see that they can get something out of you, and that's what they do, and they forget to kind of give you a little bit of respect in return. So that's something that, the water signs need to watch out for in these next 2 or 3 months. I feel like it's going to go on till about mid-May. Something drastic for the water signs are going to happen in mid-May, where it's almost like an evolution in a sense. It's the psychology, the spirituality, whatever you call it in your brain. There's something's going to click, and then all of a sudden you're doing really well. Um, so just pay attention to that, water signs. For the people that are around you, make sure that they're good people, that they really have your best interests at heart, and yeah, they might be getting something out of you, but you yourself have to get something in return as well, even if it's just a simple thank you. Um, so I'm going to go ahead. I actually laid down some tarot cards. It's pretty much going to say the same thing as I said. Um, but I'll go ahead and show you those cards. Um, so for the first card, I got the Magician card, which I don't think you can see with this light. It's actually reversed, which means there's a lot of things going on the inside. There's a lot of psychological issues um, that's causing you not to create, not to put out work that's beneficial to you, and that kind of goes with the second card that fell out at the same time, which is the Three of Wands. So there's something, when wands come out, it's a social thing. There's something, a political, social situation that's going on around you that's affecting your inner creativity, your inner workhorse, in a sense. That thing that makes you tick, especially for water signs. If they're not doing something creative or productive, they kind of feel useless. At least I do, as a Pisces, as a water sign. Um, I feel that there's a situation that's causing you to feel a bit, worthless in a sense, and something that where you're not getting the respect that you should, so you just stop. And that usually, sometimes you have to say no to somebody to get the respect, to realize, like, oh yeah, okay, you're a real person now, so let me treat you like a real person. Sometimes you're going to have to do that. And I feel like the best thing to do is to bring that situation to light, let the other people know that there is a problem right now, and I need this problem to stop. If you continue to want me in your circle to produce to you, for whatever inspiration or whatever product that I am giving you, that you pull from me to better your life, to better your situation, you actually need to treat me like a human being, and I will continue to do that. If you don't if you don't treat me like a human being, then sayonara. I'll go somewhere else. So that's like a really big situation going on with the water signs right now. I have a feeling the air signs are going around that area as well, because they're another formless element. Um, so the second card is a card that is all about, it's the Eight of Swords. It's all about the power to free yourself, but you're not using that power to free yourself. So like I said, if you're in a situation where you're miserable and you don't like it, um, especially if it involves another person, you have to say something. You have to give the other person the chance to make it right. Otherwise, you're the bad guy. Because if you just say fuck it and you leave it, then that's on you. You have to actually try to make it work. If you can't make it work, then that's the point where both parties should say, all right, well, let's just part ways and go. So I feel like there's a lot of situations going on with the, with the water signs, that they have the ability to fix what's going on around them. It's just a matter of them saying something. Um, Especially water signs, because they like to please everyone, and it's just a big issue. Um, for the next card, I got the Nine of Swords, and this card is a lot about kind of an inner turmoil. It's also associated with nightmares. So this card is often, I often see this card with people that like to blow up a situation to something that it is not. Um, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. That's basically the expression that comes to mind when I pull this card out. You are, well, the water signs tend to blow things up. I know it's something that I do as a water sign. Um, we tend to kind of make this mirage and this illusion that there's something bigger happening. That guy didn't say hi to me. He must hate me, or that woman looked at me wrong. I guess they're going to fire me today. It's something that our brain automatically goes to that weird moment, weird pessimist side. If you want to think in that regard, it's like we always want to go to the conflict in a sense. And this is something that's going to be a big issue um, for these next 3 months. It's something that you are going to be your own worst enemy. These next 3 months, water, you are going to be your worst enemy, because you're going to want to blow everything out of proportions. You're going to want to quit and not do anything, and you're going to feel like a piece of turd, basically, and you think that everyone's doing you wrong, when really the situation is you need to open your mouth and find a solution with the other parties. So that's pretty much the reason for water is, the only solution that I can tell you to do is open your mouth, make the opportunity make the opportunity happen to where you're going to be successful, where both relationships, both parties are going to be okay with each other, and you able to produce the things that you produce for the other signs. So that's it. So I'll see you guys next video. Like I said, hopefully I get these out by the 5th, because that's my goal. Dia is also helping me with fire and earth as well, so that's awesome. So I'll see you guys next video.